My number 5 is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. This was a hard one for me to pick. I knew that number 5 on my top 10 movies list was going to be an Indiana Jones movie, and I was having trouble picking between Raiders of the Lost Ark or The Last Crusade. I ended up choosing Last Crusade because the movie has so much more goddamn heart than Raiders of the Lost Ark. The opening prologue of Last Crusade alone has more heart than most films wish they could have as a whole. When the guy with the fedora goes up to Indy and says,
"You lost today, kid. But it doesn't mean you have to like it."
And puts the famous fedora hat on Indy, and we transition to older Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones? That is fucking movie magic! I get goosebumps every time I see this. The rest of the film plays out as an Indiana Jones film should play out, a fun, pulpy adventure movie. But peppered throughout are these really great character moments between Indiana Jones and his father that makes the adventure more interesting to me than other Indiana Jones movies. At the end of the day, that's how adventure movies should feel. The whole point is to follow these adventurers and have really human moments with them throughout the journey that make us care about them. We want them to win. And at the end of this film, when the heroes could win, and Indy's dad says,
Indiana? Indiana? Let it go.
It hits so fucking hard. Because they have one, but just not the way we thought they would. The MacGuffin, in this case the Holy Grail, is holy shit! It doesn't matter at the end of the day. Indy and his dad have a stronger relationship, and that's all that matters. This movie is one of the only adventure movies I know where they literally show how useless the MacGuffin actually is at the end of it all in a really heartfelt scene. Having Indy reach for the Holy Grail and just let it fall into an abyss is visually a wonderful thematic moment. Number 4 is Back to the Future. Back to the Future is one of the best scripts ever written. Almost every scene doubles as both a means of establishing something to the plot and a natural growth of the story for its character development and pace. It's incredible. I've heard the script is actually studied in film schools as an example of what a perfect script is. Technicalities aside, the movie is just so fucking wonderful. Characters are memorable and quotable, there is so much emotion and heart in the story. Have you caught on that heart in movies is important to me? And it's a perfect combination of special effects, comedy, epic moments, and more. I was actually trying to think of another movie that fills all these categories, and Ghostbusters was the only one that came to mind. While Ghostbusters is a fantastic movie, Back to the Future triumphs it in comparison. Also, the ending is just perfect. Did you know it was originally just a joke and not a lead-in to a sequel? It honestly works either way. And man, do I still want a DeLorean. It's still to this day my favorite movie vehicle ever. Number 3 is Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is one of those movies that just sucks you in as you watch it. I've seen this movie more times than I can count, and it still continues to grab my attention wholesale. The movie is a perfect adaptation from book to movie while still being its own thing. It manages to capture the essence of Michael Crichton's novel in a whole new way that still makes reading the novel an entire new experience. I've actually never seen another adaptation done in that manner, but thankfully we have this one that exists. The characters are all wonderful and have arcs that play out very well, but my personal favorite is Dr. Alan Grant's arc. His hatred of kids at the beginning of the film compared to his last shot of the movie holding on to the 2 children he adventured with and being content is a perfect example of what a 180 his character takes on his journey. To me, those are the best story arcs. If you can see a totally different person at the beginning of their arc in comparison to the end of their arc, then you've succeeded in writing a perfect story journey for said character. Also, I can't talk about Jurassic Park without mentioning the music. John Williams is a maestro. I know he gets a lot of love, and rightfully so, but Jurassic Park is just so damn memorable, and is easily one of his best works. Just looking at the logo of Jurassic Park can make the theme song just blast in your head for some people. Spielberg has made so many wonderful movies. Hell, 2 are on my list alone. But Jurassic Park is his best film in my opinion. Just a perfect movie from beginning to end. Number 2 is Alien. The original 1979 entry in the Alien series just oozes creative energy. I don't know what it is about this movie, but it makes me want to make something creative every time I watch it. Despite its low budget, the movie looks so high quality, and its creative use of the alien creature itself is brilliant. We see enough to know what it looks like, but the camera never overstays its welcome to see the creature affects its shortcomings. The film is ultimately a horror movie, though some folks like to classify it as sci-fi, which it sorta is as well. And the cast of Alien fills all the tropes and roles found in horror movies so fantastically. While the cast as a whole is phenomenal, the lead of the film, Sigourney Weaver, is incredible and stands out so much from the rest of the cast. She carries the finale of the movie entirely on her own and delivers a solid performance in said finale. Her performance enhances the fear of the alien that you already have while watching the film and feels like the final ingredient in perfecting the movie. The music by Jerry Goldstein is majestic and spooky in all the right times. It has a classic yet modern approach that oddly fits really well in a futuristic setting. The music is also the star of the intro to the film, which is my favorite intro to any film ever. It's slow, creepy, and has you eventually coming to the realization of what you're staring at, the title of the movie. It's a brilliant addition that almost summarizes the theme and feel of the movie right at the beginning of the film. Number 1 is The Empire Strikes Back. Honestly, I don't even know how to start talking about this movie, so I guess my thoughts are going to be random. I could start with saying it's one of the best films of all time, and is also my favorite movie ever. Even though it's a sequel, you could follow along perfectly with the story. All of the characters get a unique character arc, including characters introduced by the end of the movie like Lando Calrissian. The fight sequence between Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader is perfect. Vader is just toying with Luke for most of the fight, while Luke is giving it his all. You're both scared for him, but also rooting hard for him the entire time. All the scenes involving Yoda are just so majestic as a child, and honestly, still feel majestic as an adult, but for different reasons. It almost feels like the movie teaches you a lesson you understand as a child, and then once you revisit those lessons as an adult, you have a completely different appreciation for them. Empire also truly sets the stage for the Star Wars franchise as a whole. Even though A New Hope was the first film in the Star Wars series that opened the floodgate, Empire pours all of the water through that gate and then some. It gives Star Wars the otherworldly vibe with real human relationships that is still replicated by filmmakers and felt by audiences in today's filming landscape. The cliffhanger ending is just perfect and leaves you wanting more while also being totally satisfied with the story that you just got. This feeling is what all middle films in a trilogy should strive to be, and Empire to me was the first to really nail that concept. Also, the film has so much heart. It's just bursting with imaginative wonder and feelings throughout the entire adventure. Even the visual effects, for the most part, hold up today and help the movie to be a timeless classic. God, I love this film so damn much. And that's my list. You know, movies take us to different places and make us feel different things. And all of us will always have different takes on how films do that to us. Because of this, no top 10 list of your favorite movies are ever wrong. Whatever connects with you is yours to keep forever. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Anyway, folks, the next episode of RBD will be our last. So please stick around to witness a wrap-up of 10 years worth of RBD stories. Until then, Retrospectives-Be-Damned. I'm telling my story.